So apparently for the past 180 days, a friend of mine has been secretly training to run a marathon. And so, well,
I officially challenge you to run this marathon with me.
so for the past couple of years there's been a rivalry between him and me, and we have played in almost every single sport in a 1v1. Tennis, table tennis, badminton, squash, and I'm still undefeated.
It's finally time to beat you at the sport.
Okay, so I have exactly 0 training in running, but well, actually, let me call him real quick. I hear your challenge, and not only do I accept, but I will absolutely destroy you. A marathon, man, that's easy for me. 42 kilometers, I will do that in my sleep. Why did I have to do this? Like, I know I was trying to act all tough and be confident in front of him and everything, but this might actually be the dumbest thing I've ever done. The more research that I'm doing, the more impossible this seems. I'm not at all scared that I'm going to lose the race against him. I'm scared that I will physically not be able to walk through that finish line in the end. The marathon is in 2 days. I have not trained for this at all. And it's also not like I'm a person who regularly goes running. I actually really don't like running. Like, the only time I go running is when I feel like I should be doing more training. And I'm usually a strong believer that if you want to reach your goal, you have to put in the hard work. There's no shortcuts to get to wherever you want to go. But he's already put in the hard work. 180 days of it. So right now, honestly, more than ever, I'm really hoping that there's going to be some shortcuts. Because in the next 48 hours, I'm going to get as much information as possible and figure out all the things that I can do to make a marathon more possible. And so the first thing that I think I really need to have a look at is running technique. Woohoo! Yeah, let's go. Running technique. Let's go. So I have a suspicion that just like in table tennis, you can be physically really fit and in good shape, but if you don't have the technique down, you will still get absolutely destroyed. So I did some research, and I'm now going to take some time to practice the right running style. Oh man, okay, here we go. Did you see that right there? That is what I call the flinch. You see, everything worth doing in life is protected by the flinch. By that little moment when you realize it would be way easier to just not do it. The moment you trade what you really want for what you want right now. Because not doing feels safe, comfortable, and doing it, well, sometimes doing it is terrifying. But then in that moment, you realize that you want it enough to push through the flinch and do it anyway. Because like everything, you can train your flinch. The more you overcome it, the easier it gets to overcome it. The easier it gets to do hard things. To do the things you really want from life. Okay, now that's obviously way easier said than done. So let's get back to it. Okay. Oh my god. Okay, now all jokes aside, what do you have to think about when running? Let me give you a mini crash course. Woohoo! Woohoo! Let's go! Let's go! Yes! Ta-da! Crash course. Number 1 is the cadence, which is how many footsteps you actually take per minute. The body is usually automatically really good at telling you what this should be for you personally. Number 2 is form. You don't want to be running leaning forwards, also definitely not leaning backwards, but just have a very straight and upright posture. You can sort of imagine having like a string that is pulling you up on your head. Number 3, every single step should be under your body or slightly in front of your body. And you don't want to be landing too much on your heel, definitely also not too much on your toes, but just have like this normal ground strike. And then last but probably most importantly, you need to be really relaxed when running. If you run all tense like this, then you're probably doing something wrong. Which, by the way, this is probably the most important thing that my coach from table tennis has ever said to me. Every single sport, no matter what, on a high level, it's always all about rhythm and relaxation. Right? Why is Messi so good? He's not the fastest, he's not the strongest, but he really understands rhythm and relaxation. Roger Federer, it may look like he's hitting the ball really hard, but really when he's hitting the ball, his body is relatively relaxed. relaxed, which is possible because he has the right rhythm, the right timing. Yeah, if you do any sports on a little bit of a higher level, I'm sure you will agree with this. In the end, it's literally always just about rhythm and relaxation. All right, now I got the technique down. You better watch out. I'm doing everything to run this race faster. Keep my undefeated score, my perfect record. I know this probably sounds like a joke, but legitimately this rivalry has been going on for so long, I really don't want to lose my perfect score. Like, I legitimately do not want to lose to him right now. The next thing you want to be doing is making sure you got perfect mobility and none of your joints are blocked. To be honest, I don't know how much this is actually going to do. In the tiny little bit of research that I did, they told me to do this, so I'm trying it out. Listen, I'm going to do absolutely everything to try and win this race. So I just realized that if I want to run a marathon, I should probably have some running shoes. So we now have exactly one day to try and find some running shoes that I can run a marathon in, and they need to be big enough. That's all I need. We somehow got really lucky though, and one of the people who worked there was able to find some that fit. What I didn't know yet was that all this was going to be probably the biggest mistake of the entire video.
Oh, I'm about to miss my train. Guess I'm running even before the marathon. Come on, what am I doing here?
So we arrived at the race, and all I see is just how every runner looks like a professional marathon athlete. Everyone there was fully equipped with professional clothing, backpacks with different isotonic fluids inside, syringes to drink while running, and all kinds of trackers and pacers. And then there was me, with my phone in one hand and a bottle in the other. These guys are so professional, even Nicolas felt completely out of place.
Wir fühlen uns so falsch an diesem Ort.
Noch nie,
Ich kann mir das gar nicht vorstellen.
noch nie mehr falsch an einem Ort gefühlt als jetzt gerade. Wir werden leiden.
Guten Lauf.
Ich hoffe es.
Allez, c'est parti. Édition numéro 3 du Vaillant Marathon du Jura.
So we start running and immediately come up with a game plan.
Ausgezählt. 20 Schritte. 100 Mal, dass man es interessiert. Einfach dann folgen. Wenn er konstant Pace.
Ja.
Er weiß sicher am besten, wie das geht. Versuchen wir noch was zu machen.
Perfekt. Veteranenfolge.
The game plan failed immediately, and the veteran outpaced us in the first 5 minutes. Still, I was feeling really good. It seemed like we both had the exact same pace, so we could actually run this together.
Just decided to run this a few hours ago, and now we're 3 kilometers down. Until now, it's amazing.
Strecke gefährlich jetzt. Das wird dich zu gut. Wenn du das Gefühl du kannst riesig schneller gehen.
Ja.
Das nicht. Can I leave this here?
12 kilometers, still okay, but the sun is really starting to overheat right now.
Then in front of us we see a guy running and immediately nickname him Homo sapiens Premium.
Do you run marathons often?
No, I went 2.5.
2.5, okay. This is third.
Yeah.
This guy was probably about 2 meters tall, had incredible muscle mass and was running a marathon. He had it all. So we talked to him and learned that he trains for marathons every single day with a professional coach, and first had the goal of running a sub 3.5 hour marathon.
I prepared myself. This guy didn't even train for the marathon. Did you do a lot of sports? Like football?
Yeah.
Okay, so
I train every day, but just never run.
But due to the conditions, realized that today was not going to be the day. So instead he would just ignore the time and try to finish it at all.
mind if I run with you guys a bit?
Yeah, no, sure.
Kilometer 20, he pulls away, and now I'm really starting to feel it.
Halfway through now, I'm really starting to feel it. But still managed to keep up until this point.
Because he was trying to run a sub 4 hour, kilometer 22, he says he will try going a little faster.
He is pulling away, which sucks, not because I feel like, not because I want to win, but because it's way easier to run with someone. Now I'm all alone. Oh, this is where it gets tough.
Now I'm completely alone. This is where the real suffering begins. There are phases in which I honestly think the next step has got to be the last I can take. I really want to stop, but somehow I just don't. Kilometer 30, I was about to tell myself that I was going to walk real quick, but then I meet the pinnacle of humanity again.
Hello.
Hello.
You good?
He was having trouble, but when he sees me, he says he would start running with me again, so I had no choice but to keep running. Meeting him here again honestly saved me.
An ambulance. The way my legs feel, that should probably be for me.
But then, just 4 kilometers from the goal, I see this gigantic, steep rising. My legs are hurting so bad it feels like I can't even stretch them anymore. And at some point I realized my nose just started randomly bleeding.
I came here to suffer. Now I'm suffering.
And I tell myself, alright, just walk until you're up there, then start running again. The problem is, as soon as I started running again, for the first time in my entire life, I get to experience what cramps feel like. I realize there is no way I can start running again. So I keep walking. And these last 4 kilometers are the most painful 40 minutes of them all. Because I just got my shoes a day ago, they were not yet broken in, and I had no idea if they were actually any good for me. So for 40 minutes, I'm half walking, half limping, on what genuinely feels like 2 broken feet.
Oh my god. I did not understand that cramps felt like that. You can't activate your muscle anymore. Oh my god, cramps are insane.
And I wish I could tell you that somehow I got another push of energy and finished strong. But what I can say is that this marathon was filled with flinches. And at times I honestly didn't think it would be possible to run through this finish line. So the next time you feel you can't, please ask yourself, can you really not? Or is that just the flinch talk?
Allez, nouvelle arrivée, avec quelques applaudissements, avec ouais, c'est tout du bon monde, hein, voilà. Et puis regarde, c'est bien, il a rempli sa boucle, la médaille de finisher, bien évidemment.
Was ist das? Oh, halt. Egal, man schafft's. Was man kann. Oh, also links, das hat sich angefühlt wie...
The results. I really need to stop doing that. The results were that I couldn't walk for like 3 days, and that's almost not an exaggeration. I got absolutely destroyed. He beat me fair and square, which I guess is a good thing for the moral of this video and a bad thing for my ego. This is probably the top 3 dumbest things I've ever done, but do I regret it? Of course, absolutely not. I hope you enjoyed. Maybe tune in for the next video. See you.